Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining eWomen Facebook Live. I'm Sonia Cato Howard. I'm partnering with Kimmy McNeese. Together, we do eWomen, helping women to live happy, healthy, and hopeful. You can catch me every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and Kimmy every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and every first and third Tuesdays on our meetup at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And tonight, I want to talk about, the topic is pay it forward. So, you've heard that term before, pay it forward. And basically, it's because, so many things happen in us that are so good in life that we're so blessed that we decide to bless a perfect stranger. And hopefully, in turn, that person blesses someone else. And so that's the idea of pay it forward. Sometimes we feel in our spirit telling us to help someone, telling us to give money to someone, or speaking up for someone, or encouraging someone, or even just doing something nice, anything nice for someone. And at that moment, we have an opportunity to follow the feeling that we get, the urge that we get. But unfortunately, a lot of times we don't always follow that feeling. We ignore that feeling. And sometimes even when people earn the right to be blessed, they do the hard work, sometimes we still don't want to give them what's due. We don't want to say good job or congratulations or give them the reward or the promotion. And why is that? It may be because we don't want to see other people do well. Maybe it's because we're jealous. Maybe it's because we wish that we were getting the reward or attention this time. And it is kind of evil, but unfortunately we do it all the time to one another. The truth is, if a person earns something, then they should be paid or given what's due to them. Sometimes we're prompted to share our extra. A lot of us have a lot of extra, but we don't want to share. We don't want to give to the beggar on the corner because most of the time we think it's a scam, or we'll say, "Oh, I only have $20. I don't have any change," and we just don't want to give. Some of us just don't want to give. And some of us, it's because we just want to keep our money. We want our money to continue to grow. We want to have more money and more stuff. And we don't want to be a blessing to others who don't have. And you might be thinking that maybe it's because, they need to work hard and earn just like I got mine. They need to earn and get theirs. But I think we can all agree that everyone wants to be appreciated sometimes. And sometimes everyone needs help. And the truth is, one day it could be you. In fact, it probably was you a while ago, right? So we need to remember when we had less so that we can relate to others that are in need. So why do you think we should help or appreciate others? Well, God says that if we do this, that we should do this, and that if we do, that it'll make us feel better. It brings you joy to help other people, to give to other people. It makes you feel good. It's just the way God wired us. And also, it changes who we are. We actually become better people when we give to others. We're no longer the person that's complaining about what's going on in the world, but in some way we are actually changing the world a little because we're helping. We're doing our part in helping someone. And also another reason why we should give is because it lets the person know that God is real and that God uses others to help whenever you're in need. So in our lives, it could change overnight. It could change to worse overnight because nothing is promised to us. We aren't even promised to wake up tomorrow. There are so many people who did not wake up this morning. They just never made it. They died in their sleep last night. And the truth is, everything that we have is because God allowed us to have it. He allowed us to be born in the right family. He allowed us to be born with the right talents, to get the right opportunities by the right people. He allowed us to walk through the right doors and to speak to the right people. So if everything is given to us, then we should also give. And also, there's enough bad in the world that we should decide to do some good in it. And even on our worst day, we can still do some good for someone. We can make a call, visit, give a flower. So think back to the someone in your life who was good to you, who loved on you, who believed in you, who helped you, who smiled at you, who stood up for you, who uplifted you with kind words. It really doesn't take much at all, right? So whenever we are prompted in our spirit or urged to do something, it's really because we can do it. It's because we do have the means to do it. If God is putting it in your heart to do it, it's because you can do it. You are able to help somehow. But like all other decisions in our lives, we have to choose to be that person, the person that does good to others, right? So, and even on your worst day, you still have a lot more going for you than most people in the whole world. So I want you to take this challenge and do some good today. So I want you to pay it forward. One of my favorite things to do in paying it forward is I like to find young pregnant girls in the store who may look like they, may not have a whole lot of money, and then I'll just take them on a shopping spree and buy everything that they need for their babies. I love to do this because, as you know, I had an abortion. I was a young 14-year-old girl, and so my heart goes out to those young girls who are struggling, and it's my way of saying, thank you for not aborting your baby. So what is it that you're passionate about? Find whatever it is that you're passionate about. Maybe you care for the elderly or the mentally challenged, or animals or kids, or I don't know, whatever it is that you're really passionate about. It could be an idea, art. Find some way to pay it forward using what you love, what you're passionate about. So here's some ideas. If you know any parents that could use a night out, you could babysit for free. A quirky one, this is one that I think is really funny. You could hold up a positive sign standing on the street to people driving by in the traffic, or either people in the park exercise, and you can hold up positive signs as they exercise. You can leave a kind server the biggest tip that you can afford. I think I was looking on YouTube, and the biggest one I saw was $12,000. Imagine how that really changed that lady's life and what she could do with that money. And not only that, the person who gave it to her, they had the money to give. So how cool was that God was able to use them? You can put a positive comment in your on your favorites blog or website or friend's social media page. And so this is one. Everyone is important, right? So you can learn all the names of all the people in your office, everybody you pass by, the security guard, the person at the secretary. Learn their names and every day speak to them and use their names. And this could go a long way. It's just something very simple. People like it when you use their name and it'll bring a smile to their face. You can also speak to strangers and smile. You can write a letter to your partner, a list of all the things that you love about them. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs someone to write a letter to tell them how much that they care about them. You can leave a box of goodies in the mailbox for your mail carrier. I love this one. You can tape coins around the playground for little kids to find. And then the last one I have is you can send a gratitude email to your coworker who deserves more recognition. So that's a cool thing you could do for work. So I'm going to leave this list. There's about 50 of them on the list. I'm leaving the link in the post tonight. So I want to challenge you to pay it forward, because you could save a life. You could change a life. And by the way, God says that if you can help someone today, don't tell them to come back tomorrow. Go ahead and do it today. We like to make excuses about things. So helping others helps. It saves our lives. I believe it makes us better, makes us stronger, and makes us usable to God. So thanks again for listening, and I hope you catch Kimmy tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Thanks.